Hello and good afternoon, good evening, good morning, wherever you are in your neck of the woods. This is Queen F of Ari'ze Network, Ari'ze TV. Oh, it's been a while since I've done a live video. It's a lot going on, baby. We getting it up here on the Pacific West Coast. I'm no longer in the Midwest. I'm now on the West Coast, and I tell you, them LA fires, South Cal fires, I hope you checking on your people because it's kind of bad up there. And I'm not far from it, but I'm here not to complain, not to, give anybody any anxiety because we can turn on the news and hey, you got your own anxiety right there. I thought I put my Hollywood glasses on though. Uh, no pun intended. There is no Hollywood anymore. I mean, my goodness, all the good movies and the films. There have been some good movies and films that have come forth out of Hollywood, and then on the other side of the coin, there's been a lot of abomination, sacrificing, and couch potatoes. And I'm being nice. Uh, the things that's been going on behind the scene. God has been seeing it, and now the prophets are coming forth and saying what thus said the Lord and what's really going on. It is no joke out here, baby. It's real out here. And people that's sitting up playing with God and playing God and adorning their personal possessions and the gifts that God gave them, God is not hearing that today. He's not hearing it. We're going to talk about the wildfires. We're going to talk about dreams that some of us have had. I myself had visions, prophecies from years ago, and unfortunately, I won't say unfortunately because everything happens for a reason. God is making these things happen so that we can draw nigh closer to Him. But we've got to talk about the wildfires and the high tides and the tunnels and the dreams and things. So hold on tight. Invite some of your friends. We're going to talk about some things that we need to do to prepare. We need to prepare the way. We need to prepare our lives. We need to prepare our homes. We need to prepare our children. We need to prepare our families for what is coming. So I will see you guys on the other side. I'm going to take off these Hollywood shades and I'm going to put on my George Burns glasses so I can see what I'm doing, baby. So I'll see you guys in a minute. All right. And thank you for joining the Rise Women Network. And we've got a lot to talk about. Join in on the chat now. You're listening to Arise TV on Arise Women Network. You're listening to Arise TV on Spotify. Okay, and I'm back. You're and this listening is to Arise TV on Arise Women Network. And that's me, and that's where I'm at. I'm in the on the Pacific Coast, on the West Coast. Remember they used to say East Coast, West Coast. And first of all, let me say a prayer, because I'm not gonna add is what's trying to happen. Lord, I pray that you will bless my podcast, your podcast today. This is all for your glory, Lord, and we thank you for bringing forth your word, which you want the people to know. This is all about the Lord. It's not about Queen F. It's not about Crystal. It's not about Arise Women Network, Arise TV. It is about preparing the way, preparing your environment, preparing your homes, preparing your children for what's to come. So I'm gonna take a quick break, and I'm gonna let you guys get you a little soda and we or something beverage, some hot cocoa, tea, something to cool your calm you down and to just quench your thirst. So I'll see you guys in a minute. Join us on the Rise Women Network, where our special guests will be speaking about economics, gentrification, colorism, film reviews, health and wellness, reparations, celebrity news, and entrepreneurship. Thank you and be sure to tune in. Hello and welcome back to Arise Network, Arise TV. This is Queen F, and I'm so glad that you could join me today. We're going to talk about the wildfires. There's a preparation that we need to make here on the Pacific coast, all the coastals, the East Coast, the West Coast. Yeah, we need to prepare. There are dreams and things, wildfires, tsunamis, things that we need to prepare for the way. The high tides are coming. I'll let you guys know. Uh, you need to really, really, think about just even how scientifically and weigh and measure. If you've got balls of fires rolling down hills and they're burning up the environment, and then you've got rain coming, which is coming now to the West Coast, um, in LA. The rain should be coming right about now. And then you got the hills that will crumble up under that weight of water, which they need the water to, help to extinguish the fires. There was a problem with the water, hydrants not having the water. There's so many conspiracies of why there's a couple that owns that water up there. I don't know how you own water, but I guess money supposedly buys everything. Uh, and that's the problem. To me, it's like they're selling all of God's resources. I mean, it's at some point you kind of say, maybe we're going a little bit too far, but apparently they're not saying that. So there's a billionaire couple that owns the water. And for some reason, the fire hydrants did not have water, so the firemen were not able to extinguish the waters in the wildfires on the hills in South Cali. Burn, 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 burn. Six different communities burned. Paladis, Altadena, you know, Pasadena, Altadena, and a couple of other communities. I'm sure you've been looking at the news, so you know this. So I'm not gonna bore you with that, and it's not a bore really. For us empaths, we care, we're concerned. Sure, Hollywood has so many things going on there, and it's like with the turn of the century, it's got worse and worse with the movies and the things that they show and the exploitation, the essay of young kids and tunnels and things like that. P. Diddy, and then there's a whole conspiracy of that there is lithium underneath certain locations in California. Lithium is a powerful solar lighting source that is in high demand, and some are saying that the that LA is getting they're doing the Maui with LA, that they're trying to clear out the land of the people to rebuild it. It's a profitable land. It's right on the lake. It's right on the ocean rather. And so it's a lot of conspiracies going out, and these are just alleged. I don't know. I don't have the background information on all that stuff. What I do know is there's some shady things going on with the wildfires. With the wildfires, it seems as though they're burning like a bomb went off. Even the president of the United States said that. It looks like a war zone. He didn't say bomb, he said it looks like a war zone. And it does. And my heart's up with the people who lost their homes, who lost their personal possessions. I personally can say that, I've been at that point where I lost everything or I gave up everything. And I'm gonna tell you now, people, you will be able to get those things back, God willing. You've got your body, your soul, and that's more important than those things, because you can accumulate those things over again. I came here in the city I'm in now with just a luggage and a nice duffel bag, and I've got a apartment full of furniture now. So through the blessings of the Lord, blessing me, blessing people to put on their hearts to bless me and help me, family that came through. So if you got family, you'll be okay. If you got loved ones or community, you can rebuild. You can't rebuild your soul or your body and breathe life in your lungs. Only God can do that. So if you're still here, you have the opportunity to rebuild. So basically, I wanted to bring this particular live stream for because there's an urgency, and I am one of the seers. I don't want to call myself a prophet or anything like that. It's just that God gives me things in my dreams, and I've spoken many times about the dreams that I've had for over 20, almost 30 years about the desolation in the land that you're seeing now, just like what we see over in Altadena and Pasadena with the houses flat. I saw those in my dreams, and I know that the Lord is coming nigh close to us. He's not that He isn't with us now, but He's coming to reclaim His land back. But baby, they selling everything that belonged to the Lord. They selling the oil, they selling the water. We have to buy bottled water here in Nevada where I live. I mean, you can use the tap water, but you can't really drink it. And now I use the tap water even to make my coffee. That's just how bad it is, And so, but they're selling everything, every resource that belongs to God, they're selling. It's coming to a time, and I didn't think it would be coming this soon. When I used to love my steaks, my son used to make steaks for me, baby, and he would cook that steak, and he would have the mashed potatoes, and it was so delicious. But baby, we can't even. I can't afford a steak today. I'll just say that. It's a luxury to have eggs. We can see that now. The eggs are what, $7, $8 a dozen, and I just refuse to pay that much for a dozen of eggs. My mother would be turning in her grave. If she knew the eggs, she'd be like, "I know you're not finna buy that dozen of eggs for no $7." My mother was like that, honey. We didn't like to spend money like that. We would pitch pennies before we do that. Like this little Tommy. Let me take the little banner off. Look at my little Tommy Hilfiger. I think this is the first name brand other than Jordache that I really bought as a clothing wear. And people gonna get on me. You wearing Tommy Hilfiger? You know he was one of the. I don't know who was. I just love the gold in it. And I'm not promoting them. I'm just saying we don't spend money on things like like that. So it doesn't ask for $7. We live in the last time, baby, the last days. This is going to be the last testament. In fact, I have a web series I'll be bringing forth called Gold Tablets, and I'm going to go into detail about, you know, um, preparing and knowing the Word of God and knowing how to use kingdom language to call those things as though they are, to bring forth those things that you want to happen in life, and to get closer to the Lord. And to get closer to the Lord, you need to know His Word. You need to know what tickles God's heart? What is after? What really comes close to God's heart? When we worship Him, when we adore Him, and treat Him like He's a celebrity, and He's more than a celebrity. But we treat these celebrities like they gods. But it's coming to a time, baby, when you're gonna have to buy some ramen noodles. That's the time that that's what we up to now. This what's up. They say, what up this is what's up now, ramen noodles. And it's nothing to joke about because a lot of this food, they done mess and tamper with, baby. And the pork, baby, with the sweat glands, we don't need to be eating that anyway. I just took some pork back to the store. I'm not finna, every now and then, I guess. I don't know. I want to say never, but we need to eat healthier. And it's going to come to a time where you're going to have to pack your bags. You know what I mean by pack your bags? What I'm saying is that it's going to come a time where the powers that be, they're going to have a little news flash, Okay, there's an emergency in your area, like for instance in LA, they probably warned the people, get off the roads. The wildfires are really, they're really they're burning. So you're gonna have to pack your bags. You're gonna have your little coffee and little things like this, and pack them in your bag. Pack your little clothes, pack your towels, and maybe a blanket, and hit the road or hit the whatever the destination they have for people to go. Usually, it's a schoolhouse. It's a stadium like in LA. It's that stadium that they play NBA. You're gonna have to do that because the tides are coming. The tsunamis are coming, and I'm warning the people. I'm warning you guys, God is not playing. We're living in the last evil times, and there is a cleansing that is taking place. Because the more evil and filthy the world becomes, the more it will be like the days of Noah. In the days of Noah, the people were doing all kind of abominations, even after God that blessed the children of Israel to cross through the desert, through the Red Sea, away from, what is it, the Egyptians and the kings that were trying to kill them and enslave them forever. Pharaoh, God used Noah. He used Moses rather to pass through the Red Sea, but with Noah, he used to build the ark because the rain was coming, because the tsunami was coming. 40 days and 40 nights, I think it rained, if I'm correct. And the people laughed at Noah. They said as he was building, oh well, that's Noah over there. He's building a so-called ark. Noah knew he was obedient to God, and he took his family with him. That's why people, when y'all sitting up looking at these cast things that be talking about, oh, your family, everybody, the chosen ones, don't nobody love the chosen ones, and, don't talk to nobody, don't talk to your family, don't love nobody. That's a lie. You gotta love somebody or you will die. People that don't love nobody just die on their own breath. Okay, it's like I'm just saying, you have to find someone to love, even if you don't have a family. People go have, foster care, foster homes, motherboards, the people of the church, the deacons, ministers, somebody that they could talk to, that they could love and find to pray for them to find the love in their heart to love others. So you're gonna love your family no matter how crazy they are. So you're gonna want to take them into that art, your loved ones and your friends. And this is where I'm at. I'm being obedient to God. I love my family. I love my friends. You guys gonna have to prepare the way, because tomorrow is not promised to anybody. We're like right on the edge of LA. I'm in Nevada, so we're not far. We don't know what's going to happen. All we know is that the world has a ripple effect of whatever is going on in the environment, whatever is going on in England, Canada, even Africa. It does affect America. What's going on in America? It will affect Nigeria. It will affect uh, uh, Brazil, you know, and whatever's going on one side of the coast is going to affect the other because we're all on the bodies of water. We're surrounded by bodies of water. If you look on a map, look at that little bitty thing. Hey, that's America. The rest of that, Canada, whatever, Brazil, Africa, and then the rest is a whole body of water. So, what do you think is going to happen when the rolling hills start to shake with an earthquake under the weight of the water? It's a tsunami coming. And it's not to frighten anyone, it's just to prepare the way. Prepare the way. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share the screen so that you can see what happened today. Because a lot of you guys, you're on TikTok, you're on, social media, and you're on the politics. You become the politics maverick. You know everything about politics and who voted, who didn't, who's winning. Blue, red, and all that stuff. So here we are. Okay, now I'm gonna see if I can see what you're seeing. Okay, what happened today? Let's look at the date. Let me kind of blow this up here so you can see. What date is that? January 27th. That's today, 2025. There was an earthquake. It was felt in Boston and center off of Maine. Okay, so it didn't happen in those places. Where did it happen? The earthquake happened in, hmm, it happened in New England. It says the depth of the earthquake was more than 8 miles underground, according to the USGS. Don't know what that is. And this is from AOL. I don't own the copyrights to this. I'm just only sharing for commentary and education. There was no tsunami threat to New England, the U.S. National Warning Center said. But it did happen in New England. But it was felt in Boston and centered off of Maine. So in Boston, an earthquake felt in Boston, Massachusetts, today was centered off York Harbor, Maine, according to the United States Geological Survey. It was also felt in New Hampshire and Rhode Island. What time was the earthquake today? The earthquake was a magnitude of 3.8, which is not that big, but it's pretty significant. It happened at 10:22 a.m. It was initially reported as a magnitude of 4.1 and 3.9. I'm gonna tell you now, a lot of times these people they don't even know what's going on. You can see how far these news people and people are away from the truth. I mean, they're only going to get a script and they're going to read, and sometimes the script is right, sometimes it's underrated, it's exaggerated, exuberated, whatever you want to call it. And that's just keeping it real. It seems as though a lot of people are trapped in the third, dimension or the second dimension or whatever. And it's like, people feel, then they don't feel. You give them a script, you give them 100,000, a few thousand a year, and they'll just read it. Now, this happened in New England, but the earthquake was felt in England, Boston, Massachusetts, excuse me, and Maine. Now, I'm gonna stop sharing that. Okay, so now with that, we're gonna go to this. There's a tsunami, like they're saying that occurred, possibly. It's possibly a tsunami occurred. Okay. So this is real, you guys. This is real. I'm going to share this screen real quick with you so you'll see a tsunami happened today. And I don't know, like I said, people on TikTok and Twitter and YouTube or whatever. I don't know. I mean, I'm on YouTube, but I'm just saying, you've got to look at the news. I know the news can be harrowing and very depressing, but you got to know what's going on. There was an earthquake felt today. When there's an earthquake, let's say on the Pacific coast, there could be a tsunami. It could really hit where I'm at right now. So right now, I'm just saying to people, you know what? I'm gonna say hi and bye. I love y'all in Jesus' name because we don't know today or tomorrow. We don't know what's gonna happen. And we got two people. Would y'all say hi or something so Queen F can say? I can say hi back to y'all. But yeah, it's a lot going on, honey. We got dreams and things and prophecies and people looking the other way. They're going about their business. But you know what? Time is coming short. There's something about to happen real quick, real soon. It's going to happen within a blink of an eye. I just want you guys to be prepared. Like I said earlier, pack your little, your little coffees and things like that. Because if they tell you today or tomorrow, in your city, hey, grab a few things, you guys meet us. Go to the center, the United Center, or a facility where there's going to be beds for you to sleep on because your home is not going to be safe. If the power is out and you don't have flashlights and candles, you need to see, you need to get through traffic and get to that location. You need to stop worrying about the food and things like that and start eating a little bit meager, save your money because they're laying off people in the federal government now. Because with the Project 2025, as you can see here, and I'm going to just make it where you can see it really big. With the Project 2025, He's putting that, it's happening now. They've laid off. You can call some numbers and they've laid off federal employees. Call and try to find out what's going on with your Medicaid and stuff like that. It's going to be an automated AI. It's going to be a voice activated recording, and it's going to send you to the website. They all want us to go to the website and register and all this and that. It's not going to be very many employees working because people, the I call them the mad scientists. They are putting their robots ahead of people. And then like I said, with LA with the wildfire, they're saying that's little Maui. What happened in Maui earlier, late last year, where it's a claim of the land. Some of that land in Pasadena, Altadena is going to be worth millions of dollars. You're going to have to pay $2 million for a two-bedroom home. That's really what's going to happen. But what the surprise is, they don't know is that God got something for them. These people that want to take the money and the resources and just love them above God and take things from people that worked all their life for these homes, God got something for them. God is tired of people just using the people of God, using his chosen, using his resources, and not even giving him any type of love, recognition, or seeking God for answers. It says, that when you lead a country, you could tell how a country is being led by the leader. No, by the people, excuse me. If the people are happy, the people are content, then the leader is doing a great job. If the people are unhappy, discontented, fighting to get the insurance off their homes that burnt down and the cars that are defected, getting the money that they're supposed to have to be able to get in a car to go to work to pay the note. If the people are being misused, then you got a bad leader. That could be all of the last 5, 6 presidents. It could be all of them. I'm just saying, these people, do they have a praying history? Are they praying to the Lord? Lord, let me lead. Show me how to lead your people. I mean, even Solomon asked the Lord, Lord, give me wisdom so I will know how to lead and your people, so I will know how to treat them and use wisdom when leading them. And God said, Solomon, you ask for wisdom, I'm going to give you that and more than that. So the prophecies are being fulfilled. We've got to prepare the way. There is a tsunami coming. There's a tsunami coming. I want you guys to be prepared. We've got to be on our knees and, we can divert and possibly, ask the Lord, hey, Lord, can we give us a little more time? You know, but we got young people, babies that are prophesying. I'm gonna pull this up really quick. This is a young. Oh, he's so young. It's so cute. He had a vision. He had an end time vision. This young man. So I'm gonna pull that up really fast right now, and then I'm going to just take whatever questions you guys have. Let me do that again and do this. Okay. And then I'm going to share the screen. And I want you guys to really listen to this young man. Here he goes. Let me turn this down because we don't need to hear some things. We need to just listen to and not have music. Music sometimes can drown out really, what the Lord wants you to hear. The Lord don't want you to always just be bopping your head to music. That's like a bobblehead. You got to know what's going on in the news in the world, so you know the temperature of the environment, so you can prepare your home, your heart, and your children and your family to what's going on. All right. So here we go, really quick. Let me just hit this, and here we go.
false nutritions and also insect bits I saw. But the people who eat it can't see it because it's already covered by the 3D printer. And then the food is like it tastes like it, smells like it, and looks like it, but it's not it. It's just harmful chemicals they're putting in your body. And then I fast forward in time a little bit, and then I see this store. This store had this camera at the door, and then when you go inside, this camera takes a pictures of you, and then they can find out your personal detail and every single secret you've been keeping in your life. And then when they want to check out to buy those stuff, I see their right hands with a chip inside. I only I could see it, but it was inside their hands. So when they want to buy it, they just there was a square. Then I find in this dream that God is showing me that that
So just to be with the community standards, I had the commentary. This young man is talking about a vision that he had of the end times. And whether you want to believe it or not, a kid cannot sit here and say this and just be making it up. I mean, if he memorized it, no, I'm not going to say that this is made up. This young man had a vision of the end times, and he's talking about the foods that we're eating. And so we need to listen to this because I know that me and a couple of family members were saying that it's some of the food does not taste the way it used to taste. So we'll continue.
then I find in this dream that God is showing me that if we need help, God, we can just call upon God. And then they have these machines in the restaurants and food centers you want to buy from. So it's like a 3D printer. But what I see is that when they 3D print the food, like for example, you want lasagna or hamburger, it's fine. They just 3D print it. But you know what they put inside? They put false nutritions and also insect bits I saw. But the people who eat it can't see it because it's already covered by the 3D printer. And then the food is like it tastes like it, smells like it, and looks like it, but it's not it. It's just harmful chemicals they're putting in your body. And then I fast forward in time a little bit, and then I see this store. This store had this camera at the door, and then when you go inside, this camera takes a pictures of you, and then they can find out your personal detail and every single secret you've been keeping in your life. And then when they want to check out to buy those stuff, I see their right hands with a chip inside. I only I could see it, but it was inside their hands. So when they want to buy it, they just there was a square, and then they put their hand like this, and then it had teeth, and then you would buy the stuff. It will also say how much you have in your bank, how much you have left in your bank, and how much you spend for this day in this store, and a lot of details. And then I find that there will be no more like phones, like iPad, computer, like gadgets. And that would just be a chip in your hand, and then whenever you want, you just summon this a blue screen to pop out on your hand with nothing to support it, and then you can just type or do whatever you want to do with the gadgets. And then and then I fast forward in time again to a time where they were burning Bibles. And then God just helped me to remember this verse. Those who try to keep their life will lose it, and to lose those who lose their life will preserve it. And then I saw this woman. She said, "No, don't take my Bible. I will not let you take my Bible. This is my precious Bible." So then they killed her.
So I'm going to stop that right there. And if you guys heard the last of what this young man said, what they did, while we sitting up and letting our Bibles, collect dust or acting like we can't read it, we've got to pick the Bible up because you know what? There's jewels in the Bible. The Lord even told me he literally not that he comes to life, but he He speaks to us through the Word of God. And no matter how often and how you read the Bible from front to cover to the back cover, when you read it again, you'll get a whole different meaning. And he'll reveal things to you in the Word. I've gotten so much information and jewels and how to live through the Bible. And like I say, this young man is saying what this woman got, unalive. And it's coming to a time where we won't be able to openly worship God and have our Bibles. So we should be taking every moment to get close to the Lord. We really should. So I'm gonna let him finish, and then we'll be going off soon. As far as yeah, I'll get your questions, whatever that you need, or whatever comment you like to make. Thank you.
But before the weapon hit her, God took her spirit up. I saw her spirit taken by the hand of God to heaven before she was struck by a bullet. So she did not experience pain or death. Then I see a second vision where this man, he was holding the Bible. He said, "Here, take it. This Bible, I will give this Bible to live." But what happened next is that all of a sudden, his mind went blank, and then he acted like a zombie, and then he had no reaction, no feelings. He was just a plain zombie. Look, they just there was a square, and then they put your hand like this, and then it had teeth, and then you would buy the stuff. It will also say how much you have in your bank, how much you have left in your bank, and how much you spend for this day in this store, and a lot of details. And then I find that there will be no more like phones, like iPad, computer, like gadgets. And that would just be a chip in your
You're
hand,
listening
and then
to
and then what
Ari'ze
and then whenever
TV
you want, you
on the
just
Right
you just summon
Women
you just
Network.
summon a blue screen to pop out on your hand with nothing to support it, and then you can just type or do whatever you want to do with the gadgets. And then I fast forward in time again to a time where they were burning Bibles. And then God just helped me to remember this verse. Those who try to keep their life will lose it, and to lose those who lose their life will preserve it. And then I saw this woman.
Okay. So, as you can see, out of the mouths of babes, that's actually in the Bible that God said He will use the young people to do whatever we don't want to do. Out of the mouths of babes, the issues of life will flow, you know. And young man, this young adult, he actually was letting you know what the prophecies are, what God is trying to show us, you know. And the last thing he talked about, if you try to hold on to your life, you will lose it. Paul the Apostle said, hang me up backwards, upside down. I'm with him. I'm going with him. Okay. And it's like that. You've got to lose your life in order to gain it. But I'm not going to lose my life for the world and then lose my soul. So that's where we should be. Sure, the tsunamis are coming. Sure, the tides are coming. The high tides, the wildfires. A lot of people lost their things, their lives. Some people, they say 24 people. We know it was more than that. There are people that's still probably still finding right now. But it's coming to the time where we got to know that the body is just a case and the soul lives on. And we've got to decide what side we want to be on. I know one thing, I got so much, I won't say animosity, but the devil done kicked me down so much. Ever since I was a kid, he's been after me and been trying to get people to take me out. And the Lord revealed to me why. Because of the threat that's on my life with saving the people of God, the remnants, bringing them to the fold. It's time, baby. It's time for us to get with the right program. Get with God. It ain't the right God. There's only one God, Elohim and Yahweh, Yahshua, His Son, the Son of God. Whatever color you want to paint him, baby, all of us are going to see him. One day we're going to raise our eyes up and we'll see exactly who he is. And with all his wounds, all the piercings, it's going to be there. But yeah, we got to stop holding on to things. For people in California that lost everything or lost your valuables, your family albums, your home, your clothes, I'll tell you, you would get those things back. You've got Google Chrome that has all your photos on there. If you've been on the internet, it has most of your important pictures and family albums you can redo and re-up through Walmart, Walgreens, through the Photoshop. You can get those pictures back. You can get a new home, or you can get a trailer, RV, something, a studio. You'll have shelter. You pray to the Lord. Hopefully, you have your job, you have another job, or whatever you do, your little professional business. It's time to get other streams of income. But it's time to stop holding on to this world and what's in it, because it's about to go away. We don't know the day or time or hour when the Lord will come, but we must be ready. Don't be like me back in the day in the dream saying, "Oh God, I'm not ready." Can't be standing in the line and trying to get ready neither. They gonna pull you out the line when they open up that book and they don't see your name. Got to get out the line. So you got to know that you know that you know that you're saved, and that's kind of where I'm at. Every day, I'm trying to get closer to the Lord and do His will. From feeding the homeless to, forgiving loved ones, forgiving myself, not letting my past haunt me, not letting the past or the afflictions I received from others to haunt me or to hurt my heart. Pray for a heart of flesh and not a heart of stone. If you have to start a women's group, a men's group in your environment, in your neighborhood, in your community, do that. To talk about some of those things that are hurting you, that you're gonna take to the grave with anger and anguish. Nobody wants to travel heavily. They say travel lightly in this world. Travel lightly. So, at your best, try to be on good standing with all men and women and out of the bays for the issues of life. And I just want to thank you for joining me on Ari'ze Women Network. I don't own any of the rights to the videos that I showed. The 1976 Copyright Act of Section 107 says fair use for research, commentary, education, criticism, edu- uh, you know, education, research, fair use is permitted and not intended to infringe on. Please subscribe and like our channel. We really need you to do that so that we can grow and we can keep bringing forth great content. On my next episode of Ari'ze Women Network, I will be interviewing Gregory Moore, who is the CEO of Chicago Soul to Soul Music Group. We're going to talk about music. We got Black History coming up. To support the channel, you may cash app us at $ Queen of Ari'ze #3, or PayPal us at Ari'ze Woman, and continue to support our channel, our TV, and our documentaries that we'll be bringing forth, and protect your family. More so, this particular episode is about being prepared. Prepare the way, prepare your children with the Word of God, prepare your heart so your heart will not faint for what you will see in the coming months and the coming year. We got the ironclad person in the White House now, and people are complaining. Some people are congratulating. Some people are happy. But we can see there's a lot of rollbacks with Project 2025. No more diversity, no more DEI, no more equity. You know, just pray for the world and keep yourself prayed up. So thank you for joining me on the Ari'ze Women Network, and you be blessed. Join us on Ari'ze Women Network, where our special guests will be speaking about economics, gentrification, colorism, film reviews, health and wellness, reparations, celebrity news, and entrepreneurship. Thank you and be sure to tune in.